And hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we recently did a Mediterranean cruise in June of 2024 last year. So I want to just share some of the tips that will help you plan your next cruise vacation or your first cruise vacation, and so that there are no hiccups and you can enjoy your vacation to the fullest. So the first one is start your research early. So normally you would like to start researching on a cruise, what kind of cruise you want to do, where you want to go a year in advance, before you sail. So like for us it was June 2024, so I started planning the cruise back in January 2023 time frame. So almost a year and a half, because the earlier you start, this will give you great number of options with a lot of value added amenities can also be availed with special pricing. The second is you have to choose your destination. So either you want to visit beaches in Caribbean, or want to visit the lifestyle or the city life in Europe, or the wilderness in Alaska, or soak up the culture in Asia. You have to decide where you want to go for your cruise. So for us it was like we haven't been to Europe ever, so a Mediterranean cruise sounded like a good starting cruise for us, because we could visit a lot of European countries in one go, and obviously the weather and the culture and the food is also was very enticing. So we decided on we wanted to do a Mediterranean cruise. So once we decided on that, then the next step we obviously was to contact a travel agent for booking a cruise. I know in this digital age a lot of us will book online using websites, using portals, but for your cruise vacation I highly recommend contacting a travel agent. I can leave my travel agent's number and contact info in the description box, so if you may want to contact her, she has been really helpful. The reason for going with a travel agent for a cruise is because they have insider info on what cruise lines will be offering, what deals will be coming along, if there's any new cruise ship that is being launched. So for us it worked out because we decided on Mediterranean cruise, and then our travel agent advised that a new cruise ship is being launched by MSC. It's called World Europa. So she advised that a good pricing is coming up because it's a new ship, and a lot of value added amenities will be included in the price. The next is research the best time to sail. So depending on your destination, you want to avoid the high season so that it is not too crowded, plus the prices of cruise are higher during the high season. So for us, when we did the Mediterranean cruise, obviously Europe gets very crowded after the vacation starts in July here in Canada, and I think same in Europe too. So our travel agent advised us that going in July August time frame for your cruise would be a little bit expensive, and also the weather, because in July and August time frame it gets really hot in Europe, and it gets very crowded. So we decided with her help to go in June 2024, so last 2 weeks of June and first week of July. So we get the best of both. The weather is also great, not too hot, the crowds are less, and obviously the pricing from the cruise ships were much better. The next thing you want to keep in mind is how long you want to go on a cruise for. So if you take a very short cruise like a 3 to 5 days, it's not enough time for you to explore the ship, explore the ports that the cruise ship stops on. So for us we decided 7-day cruise is a good enough time for us to explore the ports, and as well as explore all the amenities that the ship has to offer. After that you have to actually also decide on what kind of accommodation, which is called stateroom, you want on a ship. So there are various kinds of stateroom every ship has. For MSC World Europa there was inside cabin which has no windows. There was an ocean view which actually just have a window for a view, and then there's a cabin with balcony, and obviously the suites. So again, with your travel agent, you can actually choose the stateroom you want. So for us, when we booked with MSC World Europa, the one of the perks is if you book early, you can choose a stateroom of your liking, and they were actually upgrading you with a stateroom for a very minimal amount. So we chose a stateroom with a balcony facing the ocean, not inside the ship. So there were two options: one was facing the ocean and one was facing inside the ship. We chose facing the ocean. It's better, you get better views, better sunset, you can relax and enjoy the breeze, enjoy the cruise while it's sailing. You can see the ports when you arrive in, you can see the ports when you depart. So all those were nice added features that balcony will offer you. Obviously you don't feel claustrophobic as well. A tip is, if you're prone to seasickness, try to choose a stateroom in the middle of the ship and on a lower floor. So that will help with seasickness. I don't know how much it is true, but that's a tip that our travel agent also gave us. And another tip she gave us is never choose a stateroom right above the main activity area, like where there's a disco or where there's a play alley, bowling alley, all those. Choose a stateroom above 2 floors above it or below 2 floors, because there's a lot of noise at the night that you don't want to be disturbed while resting. So these were the tips that we followed to book our cruise. There were a lot of different options that were given to us by our travel agent for the Mediterranean cruise, a lot of different itineraries. So we actually chose a one where we could visit a lot of different countries in Europe. And also the travel agent advised us that you should actually embark from a port that you have more connections to through flights. So we chose a 7-day cruise embarking from